Once upon a time, Netflix was known as the platform that would greenlight anything. That meant a lot of folks threw their hats into the ring. But who would have thought of a car show that involved helping old cars hop across the border? Throw in a Monty Python-esque visual style and you have a unique idea, but will it blend? How much of the show was real and how much was fake?
I gotta give the MVP to you.
Really?
Throwing in the teeth cleaning to close the deal. I've done a lot of things to close the deal. Cleaning someone's teeth has never been one of them.
You're pulling us over, man. Pull over. Hang on.
Camera, stay back, they got pulled over.
How is this show connected to Fast and Loud? Welcome back to TUNANOCRUST. And we're about to head south of the border with a deep dive into Netflix's Tex Mex Motors. Tex Mex Motors was created with an innovative business model in mind. Look for classic cars in Mexico, fix them at their garage near the Texas-Mexico border, and then sell them to buyers in the United States. But how does that work? As one of the cast members put it, there's just not a lot of demand south of the border for classic cars. That means any rundown older vehicles can have new lives in the US of A, assuming of course that fortune favors the bold. This can be a long, dangerous process, but well worth it if you know where to go. But there's a catch. The shop must make $250,000 in 3 months to stay afloat. If you're already a fan of this sort of content, you know that that's not easy.
Guys, I'm working on it, but right now we just got to deal with this.
Especially since you still have to go through customs to get a car from Mexico into the States. On that note, helping cars across the border is a very dangerous way to make money. Not only are the streets of Mexico labyrinthine, but it can also be hard to haggle a deal. You must know what you're doing.
You can still find a ton of great deals if you know where to look.
The crew almost gets arrested in the first episode. There are also some eccentric buyers, including someone who attempted to buy a car with NFTs.
Maybe I can cut you guys on a deal here with my whole NFT stuff. What do you guys feel about pay 60 in NFTs, man? It's a big future in the crypto.
You know what NFT stands for me? No thanks.
The team is also careful to road test every car they make. When converting the Volkswagen Beetle into a dune buggy, they took it out to the desert. The car following that dune Beetle got turned over, but the custom build was fine. If they want a car to be able to do something, they have to make sure it can do what they say it can do.
Medic ATV flip. Bring the medic now.
You okay?
I'm alive.
Dumbass.
Aside from having a unique premise, the show also put a lot of work into its visual style. Not only do the location cards look unique when they switch from Texas to Mexico, but the visualizations of what they want to do with the cars are engaging and colorful. If you've ever seen an episode of Monty Python's Flying Circus, imagine that with cars getting new engines and coats of paint. If you imagine Fast and Loud with higher stakes and snappy visuals, you'll have an idea of what to expect. It lacks Rawlings's oomph, but Rabbit still does his best to make people get some of that.
Oh, pues muchas gracias. Okay, bye. I guess I'm driving.
Get me the hell out of here.
I got this.
If you're a fan of Rawlings's content but don't want too much drama, Tex Mex Motors might be for you. It's very down to earth. So who are the people behind the cool cars? One draw to Tex Mex Motors is the shopkeeper Mike Coy. You might recognize the name from Fast and Loud. He painted cars at Gas Monkey Garage until 2020, roughly when Fast and Loud left the airwaves. He had been working on cars for at least 20 years prior. On July 10, 2022, he posted "New Beginnings" and a picture of a camera on his Instagram. When one of the commenters asked, "Gas Monkey?" he replied, "No monkey." Most of his fans were happy to see him pursue his own projects. They were also impressed by his weight loss. It's unclear why Coy left the monkeys, but we can guess. We've done a few other videos on former monkeys who have gone on to form their own barrels. Based on these other instances, it's likely that Coy left due to creative differences, issues with Rawlings, or some combination of the above. And this is pure speculation, but he might have wanted to do something that got him a little more attention. It aligns with his leaving the show. Coy is the brains of the outfit, but we shouldn't overlook the rest of the dream team. Let's break them all down. Robert "Rabbit" Pitts is the guy who hunts buyers and sells cars. He sold his first car when he was 16. Since then, he's worked with buyers of all stripes and can tell the difference between someone who's going to buy and someone who isn't serious. He knows the kind of audience who will want certain makes, models, or features in a car, like a VW Beetle that got transformed into a dune buggy. He's a master at talking people into buying something that they don't need. Scooter Rayton is the garage's main scout. His job is to look for cars that might be worth a pretty penny, even if, like a busted-up Mustang, they don't look pretty at first glance.
Oh, look, Rabbit.
66 Mustang. Now, this is exactly what I'm looking for, but it seems to be missing a lot of parts.
Oiga, dice que si tiene el resto del carro, el cofre.
Sí, tengo todo.
He says he's got it.
This can be dangerous work, so it helps to have someone who knows the area and what kind of tricks might be afoot. But even Rayton isn't perfect. He's constantly worried that someone might screw him over. Just to put that in perspective, here are a few things that can go wrong. Fake car titles, arrests, missing parts, fake leads, physical harm, and more. Rayton is a guy that knows a guy.
Look at all these cars, man, and trucks.
Whether that guy is reliable or not is another matter entirely. Interestingly, his wife being a dentist factored into a car deal, and he posts about his adventure at the gym on social media. But moving on. Described as kind of a quiet genius, Wesley Zachary is the main fabricator on the team. He has supposedly been working on cars since age 5. It shows. His work is spectacular. Check out more of his cars on Instagram at Zachary_customs. Jamie Helm is the woman guys turn to for the nitty-gritty. If a car needs an engine replacement, she knows exactly the kind of engine that will turn a car into a star. If something's wrong, she'll usually be the one to figure out what and how. She has worked on engines for the past 25 years and shows no signs of stopping. As stated on the show, she calls them like she sees them. She's also been painting cars since she was 13. Janicio Adam is the show's rookie craftsman. Although he has some experience thanks to his dad's El Paso shop, Car Crafters, he still has a lot to learn. Mike describes him as being all heart and determination. Finally, there's Mike's dog, Nacho. No, he's not a Chihuahua. He's a different kind of Mexican dog, a hairless breed called a Xoloitzcuintle, or Solo for short. These hairless dogs were considered escorts to the underworld in Aztec culture. Neat. Nacho almost got his name on the shop, but the group settled on Borderline Customs instead. Sorry, boy. You still get treats.
Structural stuff. And Mike and I will start stripping the body paint. What you think, Nacho? You know, help?
But of course, since the show had a goal, the big question is, did they succeed? The answer is a resounding yes. At the end of the season, Borderline Customs not only made $250,000 in profit as intended, but they exceeded it. The shop fetched $310,000 in profit thanks to a well-advertised auction.
All right, guys, as y'all know, we were shooting for $250,000 and we hit $300,000. 300.
Unfortunately, the show probably will not come back. Although Netflix doesn't usually reveal its numbers, Tex Mex Motors was not very popular. Maybe it was the visual style, maybe Coy didn't have enough charisma, or maybe the risks were too great. Furthermore, the show had served its purpose. The crew accomplished their goal of getting $250,000 and then some. Some things just don't blend very well, even if they look like good ideas on paper. The good news is that most of Tex Mex Motors was real. The show was not shy about showing mistakes like someone forgetting to explain that you can't wear green on a green screen set.
They're in good condition.
Oh!
We're gonna have to find one of those.
I found another door handle.
That makes it better.
Most of the issues, such as a busted engine, were also real. It looks like most of the fancy editing went into the visuals. If you had a favorite person, they were probably their genuine self. But people question the authenticity of some scenes. For example, the arrest in the first episode may have been staged according to this Redditor. Sources aren't clear how local the show is, but some confirm that Scooter, at least, isn't lying about his connections. Nobody has come forward saying, yes, that was staged, so anything like that is in the realm of rumor. People bought some of their cars too. One journalist's daughter, Zamora, happened to be fond of vintage Mustangs. She saw one that she liked in the Borderline Custom shop. That sale happened, and there are plenty of people willing to confirm it. Even if the staff is not homegrown, their custom car sales certainly are. Now, could Tex Mex Motors come back? Potentially. They would need a new story to carry them through a bingeable Netflix series. But they have an advantage. Reality TV doesn't need scripts. That's a blessing when writers are on strike. While it's unlikely that Tex Mex Motors will come back, we all have our favorite streaming shows that the site decides to cancel for unknown reasons. What are some shows you'd like to see come back? And what's the weirdest blend you've ever had that just worked? Or didn't? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell. We'll see you next time.